Welcome, one and all, in here, out there, all around the world. Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Now, listen, I just want to say something to everybody at home. If you're standing, you better sit down. And if you're sitting down, get on the floor and weep, because there is a massive controversy rocking D.C. This week. The Washington Post asked a question that generations of historians will debate. The Bidens ordered the same dish at a restaurant. Who does that? I'll tell you who. I'll tell you who. A renegade president who's up to his bib in the biggest national food scandal since Nixon said this.
I am not a cook.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That's rare. That's rare for a Roland. Which is why tonight we're calling the Bidens' redundant entree scandal all the president's menu. Now, admittedly, it's a bit of a slow news day. And I'm not the only one who is so starved for a story that it's making me hangry. The media landscape is bristling with headlines like Biden and First Lady's order sparks strong reactions, Biden's restaurant order sparks furious debate, and the Bidens went to dinner and ordered the same dish, dividing the internet. Yes, this is far cry from the last president and his First Lady. They never got the same dish. He would order a burnt steak with ketchup, and she always had a small side of blood diamonds. But one thing, that's not a mock-up, one thing this firestorm proves after 4 years of the last guy putting us through a daily ringer and roller coaster of neo-fascist grift, we finally get to be outraged by low-stakes scandals. So break out. So break out your tan suit, eat your pizza with a fork and knife, and puke on the Prime Minister of Japan, because I think everything's going to be okay. So let me walk you through exactly what we know, what went down with the Bidens. This is every detail. A few weeks back, Joe and Jill snuck out for a date to a D.C. area restaurant, okay? That's right. Not only is today's big story about two old people eating, it happened a while ago. And here are every single one of the details. The first couple ordered a chicory salad, grilled bread and butter, and 2 bowls of rigatoni. How dare they order the same entree? This is America, damn it. The rule is you and your spouse go in with a plan. You order different entrees so you can try 2 things. But then the other person seems to like your thing more than the thing that they said that they wanted, so they keep taking bites until you say, you know what, why don't you just finish it? And they say, no, it's yours. I'll eat my chicken Caesar. And you say, this is the Cheesecake Factory all over again. Then you forget your leftovers on the table and drive home in silence the way God intended. But, I'm sorry, there are rules. There are rules. But these days, it isn't all pasta for the prez. Yesterday, Biden gave a speech to the House Democrats where he touted his administration's reduction of the deficit. Just one problem, he was a bit off on the number.
Working with all of you, we cut the deficit by $1.7 billion in 2 years, the largest deficit reduction in American history. And when I introduced
It's pretty rare. Pretty rare for hecklers to tell you you're actually doing better than you thought. You suck! Successfully rebooted the economy. Beautiful job, Joe. Biden also highlighted a huge win from yesterday when Eli Lilly announced it would finally lower the cost of insulin.
Now, so many people get insulin. But guess what? Instead of $400 to $500 a month, they're going to pay $35 a month.
That's an over 90% discount. That's like if Dollar Tree changed their name to it's free. Of course. Biden's chief rival is likely to be the former president, but he's no sure thing these days, in part because, according to insiders, the former president is facing a soft ban at Fox. What? They're banning the ex-president? That's like Discovery Channel banning sharks. No one wants to watch Salty Water Week. Apparently, the former president has fallen out of favor with News Corp chairman and plum you should have eaten 5 days ago, Rupert Murdoch. According to filings in the Dominion lawsuit, Murdoch has been trying to keep the ex-prez off Fox for a long time now. After January 6th, Murdoch instructed an aide to make the former president a non-person. He wants to make the former president persona non grata, as opposed to now when he's persona au gratin. Instead, au gratin. Instead, Fox News is trying to promote other candidates, especially Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, seen here standing in the middle of I'm with Stupid Boulevard. But, you see, it's worth waiting for the joke. It's worth waiting for the joke. All I'm saying is, it's worth waiting. Things are not going according to Uncle Rupee's plan. Earlier this week, Fox sent the most information-resistant of the Fox and Friends down to a diner in DeSantis' home state of Florida, actually in his old congressional district, to show just how popular DeSantis is.
2024, who's pumped up for the election? All right. Rapid fire. Who's your man, who's your woman?
My man, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Who's your man?
Donald Trump.
Or woman?
I'd say Trump.
Trump. A lot of Trump fans.
Ha ha! Ha ha! Not the answer I was looking for. Have you guys not heard there's a soft ban? Okay, please, someone say anyone else's name or Rupert's gonna take my thumbs. You, sir. Anything. Then he saw one ray of hope in the room, a woman wearing a DeSantis t-shirt.
I see Governor DeSantis. What about President DeSantis?
I like it. I like it.
Who's your pick?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. Trump or DeSantis? Either or.
Either or, you're wearing a Ron DeSantis t-shirt. That's like Mr. Met saying, go Mets, or Yankees. I'm not really into baseball. This is just an unrelated medical condition. It's pretty, there you go. It's a weird priority, but all across the country, Republicans are now laser focused on one issue, banning drag. And the latest hateful dummy to jump on the turd wagon is Texas state representative and guy who broke up with his last girlfriend because she didn't like impractical jokers, Nate Schatzline. Schatzline has authored a bill that would seek to limit drag by designating any establishment as a sexually oriented business if it allows on-premises consumption of alcoholic beverages and performances by a person wearing any clothing or makeup not stereotypical to their born sex. If serving alcohol and having men in gowns makes you a sexually oriented business, I've got bad news about church. Not me. That's him saying it. That's not me. I'm not saying that. He's saying that. Dummy. So, Schatzline wants to stop people from publicly wearing anything that does not conform to traditional definitions of gender, which is why people had some confusion when this video emerged of him in high school running around.
Party started. Let's get this party started. Sexy lady.
Okay, that's him in front in the dress, and that's drag. And now he's trying to ban it for everyone else? This is the most hypocritical move since Nancy Reagan's famous anti-drug campaign. Just say no, because that's my bag of coke. Back off or I'll cut a bitch. We got a great show for you. My guests are Steven Spielberg and composer John Williams. That's right.